Today we're going to learn about how to make a contact sheet. A contact sheet is a preview and positive print of all of the photographs from one roll of film. It allows you to determine ahead of time which photographs have the best value, contrast, subject, and focus. First, find a contact easel and place it on the enlarger baseboard. Turn on the light using the switch on the enlarger power cord. Make sure to set the aperture to f3.5, which is the brightest light setting. Set up the size of the light square using the height control on the enlarger so that it extends beyond the edges of the contact easel. Next, adjust the focus of the light and make sure that the edges of the light square are crisp and not fuzzy. Lift up the glass on the contact easel and slide the negative sleeve under it. Make sure that the shiny side of the negatives are facing up. You should be able to read the numbers on the negatives. Adjust the aperture setting down 2 stops to f5.6. You will notice that the light gets dimmer. Turn the light switch off. Use the paper trimmer and cut photo paper into 1-inch test strips. Save the test strips back into the black bag, but take one out in order to time test for proper exposure. Slide the test strip under one row of negatives. Again, make sure that the shiny side or emulsion side of the paper is facing up toward the light. Close the glass down and cover the entire test strip with a sheet of mat board. Allow only 1 inch to be exposed to light. Turn on the light and count consistently for 5 seconds. Turn off the light. Move the mat board over to the left, exposing a 2nd inch of paper. Turn the light on and count again consistently for 5 seconds. Continue this process until you have reached the end of the test strip. Take the test strip out of the glass and place it in the developer. Process the paper through chemistry as you have done before with the pinhole project. After the test strip has been fixed and washed, you may bring it out into the evaluating room and determine the best exposure time. Dry the test strip and leave it on the drying rack. Note the best exposure time. Times will vary depending on how thick or thin your negatives are. Once you have chosen the proper exposure time, you may now print an entire contact sheet. Remember, a contact sheet is a preview of all of the photographs from one roll of film. It allows you to determine ahead of time which photographs have the best value, contrast, subject, and focus. You should always make a contact sheet before making prints. So now you're ready to make an entire contact sheet. You'll use one full sheet of photosensitive paper, place it under the entire negative sleeve, close the glass down, and this time expose every negative onto the sheet of paper. You'll expose for the determined amount of time that you discovered when you time tested the test strip. Take the paper out and process it through chemicals. Save the finished contact sheet in the contact sheet section of your photography notebook. After you have completed a successful contact sheet, evaluate it for the best photographs. Select the photo you would like to make a print of. You'll be using a print easel for this section. Choose a photograph that has the best contrast, value, and focus. First, select the photo you would like to make a print of. Next, evaluate your negatives and find the photo that you chose from your contact sheet. You may want to use the loupe or magnifying glass to determine if the negative has been damaged. Now mark the negatives that you wish to use. Use a permanent marker, but mark only on the outside of the negative sleeve. Now go into the darkroom and take out the strip of negatives that has your photo on it. Pull out the negative carrier, and before placing the negative in the carrier, use canned air to clean off any dust. Place the negative that you want to print inside of the window of the negative carrier, close the lid of the carrier, and adjust the negative so it fits properly. Slide the negative carrier back into the enlarger. Lock down the yellow latch so that it is light tight. Next, set out the print easel. Adjust the print easel so that it is underneath the light square. You will notice that your negative is now projected down on the print easel. Make sure that you are working with the brightest amount of light while you set up your negative. The aperture should be set at f3.5. Adjust the height control so that the negative fits into the correct size on the print easel. Now adjust the focus control so that the negative is in crisp focus. Now stop down the aperture 2 stops to f5.6. Using the cutting board in the darkroom, cut test strips as you did when testing for your contact sheet. Open up the print easel and then slide one test strip across the center of the frame under the cover of the print easel. Take the mat board again and cover all of the test strip except for 1 inch. Then expose in 1 inch increments for 5 seconds each, moving horizontally across the test strip. Turn the light off in between sections. Try and count consistently. Take the test strip out of the print easel and process through chemistry. Once the strip has been fixed and washed, take it out into the film evaluating room and evaluate for the best exposure. After selecting the best exposure time, cut 1 full sheet of paper in half so that it is size 5x7. Now you are ready to make a print. Remember to put the other half of the sheet of paper back into the black bag and fold the opening of the bag before turning the light on. Then take the other half of the sheet and place it in the print easel so that it is directly under the light source. Make sure to line the paper up in the corner of the print easel using the guides. You are now ready to expose the entire print for the selected amount of time. In this case, the exposure time is for 15 seconds. After exposing, put the first print through chemistry. Once the print is fixed and washed, you may leave it on the drying rack. Lastly, remember to take your negative out of the negative carrier and return it to your negative sleeve. Also, remember to place the negative carrier back inside of the enlarger before you begin cleanup. At your workstation, you should leave the print easel on the baseboard with the sheet of mat board on top of it after each studio session. Thank you.